Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta. So guys, I want to go ahead and show you some gameplay, defensive gameplay. Me once again using the Vikings defense. It's the 34 Storm defense of Playbook. Ran into a guy that started using some empty sets, and I got a defense that I'm going to probably lab out a little bit more because I think this is going to be the most effective defense you can use, specifically against people who like to use empty. He actually was using a lot of empty quad sets, and he was just switching and quick snapping, and I was able to get a couple stops against him, not specifically with this defense, but me just switching things up against him. So let's go jump into this gameplay and show you some of the decisions that he made later into the gameplay that basically cost him the game, and some of the decisions that he should have done. First and foremost, anytime I see a deuce close formation, I like to go ahead and jump into the crossfire 3 fire defense out of the odd 334. And what I like to do with this particular defense is actually go ahead and set my guys up right. So I like to go ahead and man up these guys right here on the outside, and I like to put hard flats out here to take away any kind of quick out plays or like any kind of bench concept. So most players are going to run simple bench when they're actually running this, or they might have one play that kind of crosses over the middle of the field. You get another play, and then you get another guy that kind of crosses this way, and this particular formation gets really locked up on it. Now I use the deep blue, and I've got a 3 rec under the middle, and he actually plays basically some type of a responsibility when it comes to runs. And right here, you can see he actually does just an outside run. I'm actually got this guy bottled up. He actually kind of falls forward, but that's actually not a bad thing. If usually a lot of people, when they only pick up 4 yards on a run, they usually try to give up on the run. Now he comes out of a single back wing pair, so I know he's under center. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into basically cover 4 quarters, 41. Basically 61 type of defense, and this is kind of, it shows an aggressive blitz. Way I'm running my defense is actually got my guys set up, or I've got my safety set up to the wide side of the field, and I want to make sure I have guys out there leveraged. And I think what I do is I go ahead and click onto that guy because I want to go and play a run fit. And you can see I've got 6 guys up in the box. He's playing a run fit right in the middle. So if he chooses to run the ball, I'm going to be able to have some guys that are going to be in the box, and I'm cheating with my safety. I'm trying to pull him down a little bit more. And this guy, really what I was pretty impressed with is that he didn't give up on the run. He's got pretty good blocking right here. This is kind of my gap, and my one guy is actually falling back. He's not actually going into the gap, and right here actually goes ahead and picks up some pretty good yards. So the blocking with this Philadelphia offensive line basically got this, and there's made an adjustment right here. I got my safety depth at close, so I want to get these guys a little bit closer down. I think the depth is maybe about 10-12 yards or so. I want to get these guys a little bit closer down to the box. Now he goes into bunch X nasty, and I think I stayed with the quarters because this is more of a running formation. I'm going to go ahead and pull my one defender out and play my other defender down in the box. I'm going to go ahead and try to do this, and he actually goes ahead and hits me with some type of play action right here. I've got a guy coming off the edge right here, and he gets rid of the ball. This is a good play. That should have been a sack. He's got leverage right here. This is a good play right here. I'm trying to get myself back into position for that route right there, and I get a knockout animation. But it could have been a sack. Actually, this guy would throw out of sacks, and he'd have a lot of drop passes against me. So he made a good read, made a good decision. Now I go into cover 9. I'm doing the Texas stunt. This is a particular defense I like to go and throw in on second and long situations, just to hope that I can get this guy, these guys looping in and actually get some pressure, get in 3rd and long, and then I can actually go ahead and use more of an aggressive blitz against them. The line actually picks it up perfectly, and he's just doing a simple mesh concept underneath. I think he's got basically posts that's covered up over the top. I'm actually in the middle of things, get myself out of position. I actually had a man up on that guy right there, so he actually picks up a really easy first down with a simple mesh concept because the offensive line actually picks everything up. So that worked out pretty well for him in that type of situation. So now we go ahead and jump into basically, I try to use a blitz right here. And I want this guy to actually come off the edge and force him to make a fast read, but this guy's just hanging out further than I want him to be. I want him to be inside. Then I didn't necessarily like the leverage with my defenders. So what I essentially did is I slid these guys over. I should have kept them in the box because I actually had 2 edge defenders, and I could just fill in this gap right here. But this is where I really make a bad decision, and actually this guy kind of exposed me. I blitz my guys down and do a contain, just so if he chooses to run out, he does this. Now he switches things up. I'm showing a basically heavy front. Now I jump into quarters. He quick snaps me and curves the ball up. Gets good, excellent blocking by his offensive line and his wide receivers to go ahead and pick up some pretty good yards. And this guy's he's grinding the ball against me, making it difficult because he's got a 2-dimensional offense. This is one of the things that you just look at people when they play these games. Like sometimes they become 1-dimensional, where they basically can only run or they can only pass, and that gives you better options. It basically helps you with your defense. Now, here I make a fatal decision, but also I'm looking at the clock, and I want to try to preserve some clock because this guy's pretty much been having his day against me defensively. So I just tried to do a very aggressive blitz with the hope that this guy's going to fall back into the zone to cover any kind of seam throw that he's going to go after and freeze him, because you can see that curl hook route is going to fall back into the zone. I've got like a Texas stunt going on this side. I'm actually trying to make some adjustments. I blitz my guy down because I want to preoccupy the center. But I want to make sure that this guy gets rid of the ball quick against me. And I think he blocks his running back. No, actually sends his running back out. I'm out of position. This guy kind of freezes, but he doesn't carry over completely. And as a result, he's able to go throw right through the seam and actually get a touchdown. So that was a good read by him. I could have probably just, because he did throw out 5 wide receivers, I could have stuck with just a standard blitz package and actually used the middle, that seam defender myself, just to freeze him up a little bit. But he's able to go ahead and get himself an easy touchdown. So here we go. Second half right here, he gets the ball in the second half. I'm actually was able to go and chew the clock against him and get myself a situation where I'm up 1 score. If I get a stop against this guy, based on how he's been struggling against my offense, I'm going to be able to go ahead and get a victory against this guy. So I just come out of cover 4 more than anything else to slide my line over, and the reason why is I don't want to get this offensive line to get me out leveraged. I've got 4 down linemans. I got these guys on run fits, and I think this guy's on a run fit. So if he chooses to run this way, he's not going to be able to have much play, and I've got myself my cover 4 quarters. He actually jumps into a screen play earlier on, and basically I'm going to go ahead and drop down. I've got a wall of defenders right here, but I'm going to get myself in a position where I've got another defender that's going to come over, and this guy should come down. So this is actually a good call. I just didn't slip underneath the blocking. I got myself kind of caught up, and he's able to go and pick up 4 yards. On that. Most people, when they throw a screen, they want to pick up a first down, but because I was running a lot of coverage, it was a pretty good call. Now I go and jump into cover 9, and what I like about this particular cover 9 out of the 3-3 odd defense is that I have myself a blitzing defender right here that I can use her. I can slide these guys over, and I've got a lot of pass responsibility with my guys, and that turns me into a free agent where I can pretty much mess up his reads and decisions. So right here, jumping to cover 9, I'm basically looking for all the underneath routes. This is what this guy's been running. He snaps the ball. Right here, he's got some crosser routes. This guy's kind of carrying, but he's actually out leveraged. Now, if he was looking to this guy, he could have hit this guy, but he actually, I think he was looking to this side of the field. And if he had a deep comeback route right here, that would have been an easy completion. He's just scrambling out right now, and you could see the crossing route. He did have a deep comeback route, but he missed that progression, and he tried to throw over the middle of the field. And right here is just a misthrown ball because I think he was scrambling right there and he just didn't get the animation. But you could see he threw into double coverage. That could have gotten ugly. Now he goes into gun tight doubles on this 3rd and 6 situation. And I think what I do is I decide I'm going to come out of just a cover 3 shell, and I'm going to hard flat my guys because that's when I'm always looking for some type of a mesh concept. So usually in these type of situations, you're going to have some guys going to carry. You might have a simple mesh concept, another guy that might come over the top. I always try to go ahead and anticipate mesh what's my opponent. So right here, kind of bunch things up, and he's actually got kind of a wheel. He's got this post. He's got a drag. He's got this out route right here, and I think he's got another post that's going straight up. I'm playing the middle of the field right here, and you can see pretty much everything's frozen. His is pocket right here. This is what he could throw. But I think he's watching this crossing route, and he also did have leverage on this guy right here that he could have thrown up in the middle of the field, but he's looking for this crossing route, and he's actually locked in. So he's really not reading the field correctly. He actually does not know where to go with the ball. I go ahead and send the dogs after him, and as a result, because I've got a hard flat out there, I get him to a 4th and 7 situation. So now this is where he jumped into empty. And looking at empty, this is a pressed cover 6 look that's got match principles on this side. You can see the vert hook, you can see the soft squat, a deep zone coverage over here, and then you've got basically a quarter flat type coverage over here. Now, what I'm thinking that probably the best way to run this defense, and I think I played the middle read right here, is to user this deep guy right here. You want to spy this guy up, and then go ahead and take this guy and man him up on this guy. And the reason why is that if this guy crosses, I want to go ahead and if it's a fast cross, the spy is going to freeze him from throwing the ball. If it's a long crosser, he's going to get in position. He's going to basically carry over, and then you're going to have help with the deep safety. If he chooses to throw the flat, this defender is going to come down. He goes over the top. That's my responsibility. But if this guy actually goes and streaks, my responsibility is to take the number 2. So we just keep it fairly simple with my reads and progressions. I chose to go ahead and jump into the mid read right here because I just didn't really think about setting that up. I'm going to go ahead and do the QB spy. He doesn't like the defensive look. He doesn't like the press look. He jumps into a different type of setup. I go ahead and move my guy out and slide onto this guy, and actually takes a delay of game. This is a huge play in this game. This is the reason why I end up winning this game, is because he takes a delay of game and he chooses to punt the ball. And this guy did not have good defense whatsoever. Basically, he started tanking in the second half, and he started using a lot of aggressive man blitzes. He started putting people underneath, basically putting the ball down, attempting to throw over the top of his coverage, and his guys were really fast. So now he goes into gun quads, and this is where I just I keep playing around with this type of a defense, which is basically over. I don't even get anything set up completely. He throws, checks it down underneath. You can see he's just quick snapping like a kind of a verticals play with crossers with his quads set up. He flips it to the weak side. So right here, I think I jump into defense where I'm just trying to man things up, but he's just quick snapping. And you get an edge pressure blitz off the edge to actually force him into a 3rd and 1. Go ahead and jump into an Oki roll blitz. And I'm actually using this one guy right here. And right there, he actually throws right into my user. And he no huddles once again. And I'm just like, okay, let me just go and jump into cover 2 sink. So these guys will actually do this. He keeps flipping to the weak side of the formation, and I'm going to go ahead and use the mid read right here in this type of situation. He's got a little crossing route. Okay, so this is his weakness. He's looking for specific players, and this zone, because these guys are getting pulled up, and I'm carrying this way. This was wide open for this wide receiver. This wide receiver is wide open, but because this guy, his offensive tell or his weakness is that he wants to force balls into specific players and not the open player, I'm able to go to get interception with my defender right there, because he just threw right into an area that wasn't open. So I'm able to go and pick up a victory against this guy. So I just want to kind of show you this gameplay. I'm going to start labbing out that cover 6 press out of the 1-4 dime defense and kind of give you an idea. And maybe that's a better defense to go and run against people that run a lot of empty. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. Until next time.